What makes Ahau stand out in the world of Eurogames? Let's take a look at its cultural depth and really cool mechanics. Ahau is a game for 1 to 5 players. Yes, 5 players. It's awesome. Designed by Thomas Ola, produced by Apiron Games, and available in North America through Grand Gamers Guild. In this game, you're going to be doing some area control, worker placement, and a little bit of engine building with some really cool scoring mechanics with opt-in type of scoring. First off, let's hop into the box. I want to show you how I've upgraded this for a better storage solution. This is the retail version here. I've designed an insert that you can download on Thingiverse. So we've got the board and all the rule books. Here is basically a filler piece and all of the pieces that you need for the 5th player. All of the buildings ready to just hop out right onto the board. And each player has their own little deck here, as well as the solo board is on top as well. Then you can leave the pyramids all set up, so you can just put them right directly onto the table. This greatly speeds up setup because these, like this one fell apart, are a little bit of a pain in the butt to actually get, there we go, put together. We have the bag, a quick bank, and everything that you need for setup. During setup, you may have realized the board gets a little bit busy. However, this is actually quite representative of the Mayan civilization, including the pyramids, the gods that we are worshiping, as well as the leaders that we are. There's an entire second booklet provided in the game that has all of the lore of the Mayan civilization. I really love this game. So let's talk about what makes it special with all of these different actions. A lot of these mechanics are nothing new to most seasoned players. However, they're combined in a really neat and innovative way. On your turn, you're going to select 2 cards. One of them is going to go on the left and one of them is going to go on the right of your board. The one on the left indicates the area on the board you want to go to, and the one on the right indicates your battle strength. If 2 people end up in the same area, you're going to compare your battle strength. So here I have a battle of 6 plus 0 weapons, and green has a battle of 5 and 0 weapons. So I would win this battle. Green is then forced to go into an adjacent territory. So they could go into 2 or they could go into 5. However, when you do that, you cannot place in any of the cities that are adjacent to the area that I am in because I'm going to get first dibs on those. Next up after that, everyone is going to get a tile from the board. These go into your hand and they can be used to spend them for resources, or you can use them to worship one of the gods, or you can build them into your pyramid so you can make your god worshiping a little bit bigger, which is a little bit of an engine building mechanic to this game, which is really cool. Once everyone's grabbed their tile, then comes in the worker placement. You're going to place onto one of the cities, and one of the actions that you have here is the ability to worship one of the gods. When you worship a god, you discard a tile or you reference your pyramid as to who you can actually worship. We have a rain god tile, so we're going to pick the rain god. Now, do make note that if you do knock over your worker, you do need to stand them back up. A knocked over worker actually represents 2 workers on that space, not 1. That will come in particularly handy when you're going to harvest the resources or if you want to do build actions, because the number of workers you have in a city is how many times you can do that action. Now, one of the options we can do is worship one of the gods. We have picked the rain god and we have a rain god tile, so I can discard this tile to then worship the rain god. Right now, all that's going to do is allow me to use the god's power. However, if I had already built a rain god dedication in my temple, I can also place one of my markers on the scoring temple, and I'll be able to score that at the end of the Khatun. We're going to play through 3 Khatuns, essentially 3 years of going around the board, doing the worker placement, doing the production, doing the battling, all of that fun stuff, to then try and score these points. If you do not worship a god and build into your pyramid, you're going to fall behind because the only way you're going to be able to get points is through building one of these buildings, essentially. There are 7 different scoring conditions that you can score in the game, and if you don't want to play with the 3D pyramids, you can actually take the pyramid off, flip the tile over, and you'll actually get the color of the pyramid with the god there, and you can place the scoring tile on there. Once you've placed on the scoring tile, if you're the first person there, you're going to get 2 points. If you're the second person there, you're going to get 1 point, and then everyone else just gets to score the tile. What's really cool about the scoring mechanic here is that it actually references the global state of the board, not just the state of who is there. If red and green are on this tile, it doesn't matter which resources that red and green has. We're going to look at everyone's resources across the entire board and see who has the most unique resources, and all the people who are on that temple will score. So you're actually going to get rewarded for other people's work if you manage to get in on the right temple. So you're going to want to keep track of what other people have. Once you've done your god worshiping and your worker placement, you can then go moving into production. If you can produce from a tile that is adjacent to the city you have placed in, you're going to take the tile off the board, get those resources based off of how many production you have. So for me, that is 1 obsidian here. And then you're going to place this onto the Katoon tracker. Once this fills up to your player account, at the end of that round is when you're going to score the temples that people have placed on. Another cool mechanic that I really like in the game is the area control. If you manage to get a worker in each one of the cities that is adjacent to the region that your ruler is currently in, you get to pick up this building for free. The buildings give you a lot of extra abilities that are going to be very handy in keeping your flow together if someone takes the spot that you wanted and you just don't have the might. Once you've depleted the board 3 times, you've gone through all 3 Katoons, you're going to go into final scoring, and there's nothing extra. There's no surprises. Everything scores during the game. So once you've done the final scoring, whoever has the most points wins. Ahau Rulers of the Catan is a must-play for Eurogamers. It combines action selection, worker placement, area control, conflict in a non-detrimental way. All of these really cool mechanics combined, as well as the historical depth that is in this game, make it a really cool and fun experience. Plus, like I said, it goes up to 5 players. And playing this at 5 players did not feel any longer than 4 players. If this sounds like your kind of game, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow along, and we will see you next time. Bye!